So on my channel over the last few months, I've basically made a mini series where I check in with the current state of SkyWars. This time around, I went and asked you if you thought that SkyWars is still getting worse. Hopefully this is the last video I have to make like this for a while, so if you end up enjoying this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Let's get right into it. So I actually made two different tweets asking you guys what you thought about the current state of the game, whether it was getting worse or not. The first tweet was in late August when I thought that the game was really getting bad, and one of them was a few days ago where I wanted to check in where you guys thought the game was. First things first, a lot of people had some great responses to both of these tweets, so I'm gonna kind of go over those and whether or not they still apply right now. My friend Forums actually made a really good tweet where he went over a lot of his main reasons why he thinks SkyWars is getting worse, and I'm kind of going to be highlighting that as the main purpose of this video, because it really just compiles all the smaller points that a lot of people made. I'm going to go into depth on them in case you aren't really aware of what's going on, but yeah, let's get into that. So the first real thing I want to address with his response is the lack of updates. And yeah, that's obviously a pretty big contender for why SkyWars is getting worse. You could argue that SkyWars is getting worse because it's just not getting better. There's no updates, there's nothing really advancing the game forward. Personally, I do agree with the lack of updates definitely being a reason as to why SkyWars is getting worse. The game is stale beyond compare, and it's not fun, I guess, when you don't really have anything new to look forward to with SkyWars. I have a few update ideas that I definitely think could add some value to SkyWars. I am so bad, I just wasted 6 pearls. Oh my god. If I lose because of that, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. If you'd like me to go into depth about what I think could be included into a SkyWars update to make the game a little bit better, I'm happy to talk about that in another video. And point number 2 is the Fortniters and or drag clickers. I think a lot of people know what this means, but if you don't, basically what we call a Fortniter is someone who skybases when you hit them once, kind of like John Wick in the old Fortnite seasons. A drag clicker would be the same way. You hit them once and they just start placing like a million blocks at like a speed that no human can possibly comprehend. I think the SkyWars playstyle has definitely changed a lot over the years, and there are people complaining about every single change to a playstyle. I wouldn't necessarily argue that this makes the game worse, it just kind of changes the way that you have to play the game. Like, I personally have no issue with Fortniters or drag clickers. Like, obviously they're annoying, but like, I think there's still more annoying things in the game. Especially if you know how to play against a Fortniter, like, it's pretty easy to just kill them. Or just leave them alone, they'll probably walk into the void themselves. Come on. Like, I'm convinced this fight is way more annoying than like a Fortniter. It's literally more annoying than a Fortnite fight. There we go. You're trying to tell me Fortniters are annoying when I just had to fight that? Alright, the next point that I'm gonna go over is the increase in cheaters over the last few months. So this mostly came about because of the whole Game Master implementation and how they were kind of phasing out moderators in favor of Game Masters. Instead of having hundreds of people banning cheaters at once, now we only had like a dozen or two, I think. So obviously there's gonna be an increase in cheaters. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but since then I think the problem has become a little bit more controlled. Like, I don't know, when I'm playing, I don't really run into that many cheaters. I think this tweet though is probably like the one I agree with the most, and it's the lack of variety in like spawn chests and just loot in general, and the ridiculous RNG that comes with SkyWars. Like, it's really annoying as a SkyWars player. But yeah, basically what this tweet is saying is that overall balancing in the game absolutely sucks, and I can't agree with this more. It's so annoying. Oh my goodness. Overall kit balancing, you know, kit balancing, chest balancing, everything I think could be fixed, and this could be fixed in an update. I totally think that like the game could totally be improved by so much by just adding like a slight little balancing update. Personally, I don't know how I feel about the direction of SkyWars. I don't actually think it's getting worse. I think we're just at a stalemate right now. I think the game was pretty bad a couple months ago, but as I'm playing it recently, I don't feel like it's gotten any worse. It's gotten like slightly better. I'm not getting cheated on every other game. It's just people are weird. I'm not gonna lie, that was like the perfect timing for that. No, but seriously, like, the way that people play this game is so different than the way that I started playing the game. And yeah, as I said earlier, playstyles change and evolve. It's just People are weird. So at the end of the day, I don't think SkyWars is getting worse. I think we're just kind of stuck right now. I do think that things could be done though to like actually make the game better, but we kind of haven't heard anything or gotten anything done. When I made my first video, I think the biggest complaint that I had at the time was like no new map rotations and stuff, but like obviously they changed that, and I think the new map rotation system is really good. I really like that, and it added a new refreshing aspect to the game that is otherwise completely stale and boring. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.